Welcome, May and June, paper 21, year 2020. Question number 1. Rectangle A measures 3 cm by 8 cm, as you see here. 5 rectangles congruent to A are joined to make a shape. Work out the perimeter of this shape. So I have the dimension 3 and 8. This is 8 now, this is 8, and this is 3. You can write all widths are 3, okay? This is also 3, of course. 8 minus 3 is 5, so 5, this sum is 2.5 and 2.5. Consider 2.5 and 2.5 the same, 2.5. Each of these parts is 2.5, okay, 2.5, 2.5. You have to calculate the length of all outer sides, okay? This side is also 8, and this is 8. So the perimeter now is how many 8s I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 times 8 plus I have 1, 2, 6 threes, 6 times 3 plus, yeah, 6 threes, yes, 6 threes. And the 2.5, how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 2.5 times 8, okay? This is the perimeter. You calculate it, you find it 86. Okay. Of course, this dashed line is not calculated in the perimeter because the perimeter is the length of the outer shapes, the outer sides of the shape. Find the highest odd number that is factor of 60 and factor of 80. First of all, you can write the factors of 60. 2 squared times 5 times 3. You can factor it by calculator or by manually. The other number 90 is 2 times 5 times 3 squared. The biggest factor now, common factor odd, is 5 times 3 only, because I cannot take 2. 2 is even number, so it's 15. The biggest common factor for 60 and 30 is odd number, is 15. Next question. Let me solve this question in this part. Question number 3 now. Mrs. Salomon gives her class 2 mathematics test. The scatter diagram shows information about the marks each student scored. And as you see here, I have a scatter diagram. The question number 1, write down the highest mark scored on test 1. Test 1 is this. This is the test 1 here. Okay, this is the test 1. The highest mark here, this one, no, this one. This is the highest mark. Just to draw a line from this line, go down, or you can use a ruler until this point. This point is what? This point is 1, 2, 3, 3, 10, 2, 66. So each millimeter here represented 2 units, okay? So it's 66, the highest mark in test 1. Write down the type of correlation shown in the scatter diagram. The points seemed to be coming from the origin in this direction, like this direction. This is a positive correlation. Positive correlation. Draw the line of best fit. Just you use your ruler and put it like this. Make the ruler pass through the points such that the number of points above the line is the same number of points down the line, like this. Something like that. Okay. Maybe a little bit down, you can, no problem. Okay. Hamish scored a mark of 40 on test 1. He has absent for test 2. Use your line of best fit to find an estimate for his mark on test 2. You go to test 1 and make 40. This is 40, this point, yeah, this line coming from 40, like this, test 1. And go to this line, it's about, yeah, it's about 48. Yes, 48 is nice. 48. This is a good expectation for test number 2. Okay, come to the original. This question, we solved it already. This question, a bag contains a blue, red, yellow, and green balls. Only a ball is taken from a bag at random. The table shows some information about the probabilities. This is all outcomes. The must of these all outcomes must be 1. So you can find the probability of yellow 1 minus the sum of the given other probabilities 0.15 plus 0.2 plus 0.43. You will get the answer as 0.22. 0.22. This is the probability for the drawn bag to be yellow. Abdullah takes a ball at random and replaces it in the bag. He does this 200 times. The word replaces it in the bag, it means the probability is still the same number, no change. It's still 0.15 for blue, 0.2 for red, and so on. He talks. He here is talking about what? About red ball. Find how many times he expects to take a red ball. The number of expectation for a red ball is a probability of red times the number of trials, the number of the probability you do the experiment. So probability of red is 0.2 multiplied by 200 gives you a 40. The nth term of the sequence is 60 minus 8n. Find the highest number on this. This sequence is decreasing. Start with 60 minus 8, and second term is 60 minus 8 times 2, and 60 minus 8 times 3, and so on. So the biggest number here is this, the first term. The biggest term here is 52, because it continues subtracting. More 8 will be 44, more 8 will be the answer, and so on. Okay, 36, and so on. Okay, so the largest number here is 52, which is the first term, because this is a decreasing sequence. Here are the first 5 terms of different sequence, 12, 19, 26. Find an expression for the nth term. First of all, you find the common difference. 19 minus 12 is 7. The common difference, you will find it in all the 7. So the nth term must be 7n plus a number b. Okay, to find the number b, you just substitute. You can take any term. For example, the first term 12, you just write it instead of tn. And of course, you take the first term, you have to put n1, yes, plus b. Now the equation is b plus 7 is equal to 12. Consequently, b is 5. Just to bring 5 again here in the form of the nth term. So tn is 7n plus 5. Okay. Question number 6. The diagram shows a trapezium. You know the trapezium is a quadrilateral, has only one pair of parallel lines. Only one pair of parallel lines. Work out the size. These two angles are called the co-interior angles. Their sum must be 180. So you just add them. 97 minus 3x plus 69 plus 5x. This sum must be 180. The sum of co-interior angles, if two parallel lines are have a parallel line and one transversal, this is a transversal. So each two co-interior angles are supplementary, or the sum is 180. So you can solve this equation. 166 plus 2x is equal to 180. So by subtracting 166 from each side, you have 2x equals 14. So x is equal to 7. Very easy. These two numbers are factored in to its prime factorization or prime factors. Then I want to multiply them. You get this this number. 438,048. Use this information to write this number as a product of its prime factor. It's easy. Just each of these numbers already factored, so you just multiply these factors together. Look, 2 times 2 power 4 is 2 power 5 times 3 squared times 3 squared is 3 power 4. Don't forget you add the power when you multiply the same basis. And 13 times 13 is 13 squared. And this is the prime factorization of this big number. That's a very easy question. Without using calculator workout, you start, of course, with bed mass bracket first. This is order of operation. You start with the operation inside the bracket. 2 times 3, 6 plus 1, 7, 7 thirds minus 7 eighths. Okay, and after that, just multiply 3 times 8, 24 Just multiply when you have denominator is different, multiply them together, okay? And continue writing this one. 8 times 7 is 56. Okay. 56 minus 3 times 7, 21. The answer is 5. And 5 minus 2, 3, 35 over 24. And after that, take 35 over 24. This is the first step, number 1. Step number 2, 35 over 24, take it and multiply it, multiply it by 6 over 25. That's very easy, very simple. Yeah. Divide by 6, 1, divide by 6, 4, divide by 5, 7, divide by 5, 5. So the final answer is 1 times 7, 7. 4 times 5, 20. That's it. Yes, very easy, very nice. Factorize, start by taking the common factor. The common factor here is 7a. Yes. And look at this one here. You divide by 7a. Factorization by taking out the highest common factor. It means you divide each term by common factor and multiply in the same time by this common factor. So you multiply and divide by the same factor. You saw the original expression is still the same in the value, but only its shape will change. 21 over 7, 3. A squared over a is a, plus 28 over 7 is 4. ab over a is b. Thank you. That's it. Very easy. Also do the same here. These two terms divisible by 5. Only divisible by 5. So divide by 5 and multiply by 5. So 4x squared minus 9y squared. And after that, just write 5 again. And as you see, this is the difference of two squares. 4x squared, split it into 2x times 2x and 9y also. Negative 9y squared is 3y into negative 3y. Thank you. That's it. Very easy. Difference of two squares, normal. This question, I want to find the value of x and y. X, this angle, is an inscribed angle subtended by the same arc with the central angle O. This inscribed angle half this central angle, half this. The x is half of 110, which is 55. But the y, the same as f, because each of them is inscribed angle subtended by the same arc. Look at this one. Look at this arc ED. This angle subtended by this arc, and angle F also subtended by the same arc, or sometimes we say drawn on the same segment. When you join ED as a chord or a segment, each of these angles drawn on the same segment. So y is 24 simply. Y is 24 and the x is 55 degrees. Very easy, very simple. Question number 11. Speed time graph. This diagram, speed time graph, the diagram shows speed time graph for 90 seconds of journey. Calculate the total distance traveled during the 90 second. The total distance in speed time graph is this all area. You know, this all area is represented by represents the distance covered by this motorcycle or this man. So simply you can divide this area into two figures to be easy to be calculated. Okay, you can divide it like this. So you have here trapezium and you have this rectangle. Okay, the area of this trapezium is the sum of a plus b. This a is 6 plus the b is 12 over 2 times the height 30. Okay, plus the area of this rectangle is this length is 90 minus 30 is 60 times the height is 12, and you calculate only this part, you get the answer. Okay, yes, so the answer is 990 meter. Okay, this question on box and whisker or box plot. Gemma records the time in seconds taken for a group of children and a group of adults to complete a puzzle. The box and whisker plot shows information about the time taken for the children to complete the puzzle. here find the interquartile range of the time taken for children. Interquartile range is Q3 minus Q1. Upper quartile, this is Q3, and this is Q1. This Q3 is 70, the midpoint between 60 and 80, 71, and this point here is 48. So 70 minus 48 is 22. And after that, the table shows some information about times in second taken for adults to complete the puzzle. This is 5 points, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, minimum and maximum, lower quartile, upper quartile, and median in the middle. On the grid above, draw the box and whisker plot for adults. So you just take this point and draw. Look at these points here down on the screen. 28. You go to 28 and mark a point. 28, this point is 30. 28 is here. This is 28. Okay. And the second point is 42. 42 is here. And the median 58. 58 only 1 millimeter before 60. And the upper quartile 70. 70 is the midpoint here. And finally, the maximum point is 75, the midway between 70 and 80. So simply match this line. No, I'm sorry. Make it accurate or perfect. You can match this line. We said this one is 75. This one is 70, sorry, and this maximum point is 75 here. You just join here, match this line, and draw the box in the middle. You just draw box like this. But you, I'm sorry, I'm drawing by my free hand. You can use ruler to make a nice shape. Okay. This is a box and whisker. Okay. It seems that the adults takes time less than children to solve the puzzle. Yeah, the experience plays here. I have here a diameter, AD, diameter of circle. Of course, this angle is right, and these two parallel lines, so this angle also is right. Two corresponding angles, also this angle, right? So I have, as you see, this famous triangle. Two triangles are similar. The question here is, work out the radius of the circle. Of course, I can find the radius of circle by finding the AD itself, this all AD. I found it first. And after that, get its half. This is the center, for example, O, the center of circle. So this right triangle, I can find BC first, and then we can use or apply Pythagorean theorem, AD squared is CD squared plus AC squared. For example, you can, the triangle ABE is similar to triangle ACD, angle postulate, as you know, so their corresponding sides are proportional. So 21, you know the side, 21, this side over this big corresponding side over AC is the same 13.5 over 18. By cross multiplication, you get AC equals AC equals 28. 21 times 18 over 13.5, you will get 28 centimeters. Okay, so this side is 28 and this side is 18. So I have right triangle. The two legs of right angle is given, or you know it now, 18 and 28. So you can simply find AD by Pythagorean theorem. AD squared is 18 squared plus 28 squared. So the AD is the square root of the answer. Square root of the answer is 2 square root of 277. So the radius is half of this amount. 2 square root of 277 over 2 gives you square root of 277. By using a calculator, you can find it about 16.6, I think. Okay. Question number 14. I have two functions, f and g. This is a composite function, but there is something unknown on it. Find value of b. So I have to find the fg of x. Fg of x, go to the function f. Start by writing the function f. Just write 4. When you see x, just take all this amount instead of x. You just take this inside here into x instead of x. So 5x minus 4. Okay, and then continue writing the function plus 3. This is a composite function, f of g of x. So 20x minus 16 plus 3. So 20x minus 13. Okay, 20x minus 13. So by comparing this answer with 20x plus b, so b is negative 13. Just compare. Compare means the coefficient of x must be the same and the absolute term must be the same because there's the same answer. This is another function h. Find the h inverse. Name the function y. Y equals 5x minus 1 over 3. And after that, just switch x and y. So just write 5y minus 1 over 3 is equal to x. And solve for y now. Solve for y by multiplying by 3 up and down, right and left, like this. For example, let me say use this color, time 3 here and time 3 here. 3 divided by 3, 1. So 5y minus 1 is equal to 3x. So the 5y is equal to 3x plus 1. And finally, the y is equal to 3x plus 1 over 5. And this is the inverse function, h inverse of x, or h or negative 1 of x. 3x plus 1 over 5. Sorry, I don't know what happened. So let's try again. 3x plus 1 over 5. This is the inverse function. Yeah, this is geometry. I have now angle of tangency x, and PRQ points on a circle. AB is tangent to a circle. To a circle at Q. QR bisect the angle PQR. QR this side. QR bisects angle PQR. Where is that? Yeah, so this is the same. This x must be this x, but this is a property of angle bisector. Angle PQR is x, and the x less than 60. Good. Use this information to show that triangle PQR is an isosceles triangle and give a geometric reason for each step. First of all, you have angle of tangency. This angle equals the measure of the inscribed angle subtended by the same arc. Number one, the angle x, or you just write measure of angle, this angle. BQR is equal to measure of angle P. Okay? This you can write this is alternate angle theorem. Alternate angle theorem. This is the reason. And after that, you can say this angle equal this angle because QR is this number one. Number two, you say again measure of angle, the same angle BQR is equal to measure of angle PQR. This is the definition of angle bisector. So you have two equations now, but one side is common. Look this side, this angle is the same this angle. So if the two left sides of the two equations are equal, so the right hand side are equal. This number 3. So you can say measure of angle P is equal to measure of angle PQR. Transitive property of equality. Transitive property of equality. For this reason, now x is not 60, less than 60. So this angle now, when you have two angles are equal in a triangle, so this triangle is isosceles, not right, not equilateral. Because if the x is 60, it will be equilateral, more than isosceles. So just write the triangle PQR is isosceles triangle since or because base angles are congruent. Base angles are congruent. Base angles are congruent or are equal if you want to say, and not equilateral because x less than 60. Okay, less than or more than 60 doesn't matter. M inversely proportion, M directly proportion with 1 over a square of P minus 1, it's P minus 1 squared. Just to make it convert this to b equation, m equals k constant over p minus 1 all squared. Now substitute. So the m is 5 and the k over the p is 4. 4 minus 1 squared is equal to the m is 5. So k over 3 squared is 9 is equal to 5. So I make this way and go this way. So k is equal to 45. After knowing k, just to bring it back here. So the m is 45 over p minus 1, and this is the relation between m and p. Okay. The question now, find m when p is 6. Oh, you only substitute. 45 over p is 6, 6 minus 1, 5 squared. So 45 over 5 squared gives you what? Yeah, gives you 9 over 5. Then divide by 5, divide by 5, 9, divide by 5, 5, 9 over 5, or 1.8 as a decimal. After that, this question vectors. I have vector m, find 3m, just multiply 3 by the vector 5 and 7, which is 3 times 5, 15, 3 times 7, 21. I have vector vw 10 and negative 24. What is the magnitude of vw? Square root of the first component square plus the second component square. Direct application for Pythagorean theorem gives you 26. This is definition of magnitude of a vector. I have here a parallelogram, famous question in vectors. This vector is P as you see, and this is Q, P and Q as you see. The point E divide AB in a ratio 3 to 1. This is 3 part, this is 1 part. Find OA. You use your ruler and match or join this vector. I want to find this vector. This vector now, the OC vector is simply OA plus AE. Okay, according to triangle rule. The OA is P vector plus the AE, this vector, only this vector, is 3 parts out of 4 parts of the AB. The AB is the same as Q. This opposite sides of a parallelogram are congruent. So this is AE is 3/4 of the vector Q. So P plus 3 over 4Q, that's S. It's a very easy question. And P is equal to times W plus H if W is 12 corrected to the nearest whole number. Correct the nearest whole number means the maximum value of 12, the upper bound 12.5 and minimum is 11.5. And also 4 corrected to the whole number. For the 4, you have 4.5 a maximum or upper bound and 3.5 lower bound. Work out the upper bound. The upper bound, you just take the upper bounds of each of the variables because you just add them. So the upper bound of the PP upper is equal to 2 times the W upper, 12.5, plus the upper bound of H is 4.5. You just calculate this. 2 times 12 plus 4, 16, 17, the answer is 34. Okay. And this part, I think I drew it in the other page. I don't know. Yeah, this one, because I need to draw a line here. In this part, I want to diagram shows cuboid ABCDEFGH of length 20 centimeter and width 5.5 centimeter. The volume of the cuboid is 495. From the volume and the 2 given dimensions, you just find the height, this height. So the height now is a volume 495 divided by 5.5 times 20. Okay, gives you 4.5. So this height is 4.5. Okay, I want to calculate, find the angle between the line AG and the base of the cuboid ABCD. First of all, you have to draw a line. This line, or this is AG. Okay, draw the AG now. Just try to move it. Okay, not accurate, no problem. I try to show you only this angle, and you have to draw the diagonal of the base, this one, because this is a projection of this line. I want to say, yeah, this is a projection of this line. Yeah, no, this one. I try to solve. Yeah, this line. Draw the projection of this. Now this triangle is right angle. First of all, you find AC. Okay, the AC you can find the square root of 20 squared plus 5.5 squared, which is 20.74. And after that, you have this side 20.74, and you have the opposite side 4.5, the height we get. So you have a triangle. Now, of course, this angle theta I'm looking for. Okay, the angle theta like this. Okay, this is the height 4.5, and the side I get now 20.74, the diagonal of the base. This is the complete base. This is the base of the cuboid rectangle with dimensions 20 centimeter and 5.5. So this angle I'm looking for. So you have opposite and adjacent side 20.74. Don't forget this is the point. So simply the angle theta now is tan inverse of 4.5 over 20.74. Okay, calculate this. You'll get 20.24 degrees. Okay. Next question now is this one, 20. The curve, this is drawn on a grid. This is a parabola, just open upward like this. A line is drawn on the same grid, maybe this line like this. At the point of intersection of the line, these 2 points, and the curve is used or are used to solve the equation this. Find the equation of the line. Look, you just equate the equation x squared minus 2x plus 1, equate it with the line. Consider the line, I don't know, its equation y equals mx plus c, for example. So just name or write the equation of the line as mx plus c and equate it as you see with the given quadratic function. Now try to simplify this equation, put it in general form, x squared minus 2x minus mx, okay? Yes. Plus 1 minus c is equal to 0. And x squared, you can simply write negative common factor, okay? Negative, and you can take 2 and m together and x outside. And also 1 minus c is an absolute term here. And this equation, the same this equation. So if you write this equation here, you can compare x squared minus, there's a minus 7 here, and x here, plus 5. So by comparing these two equations, okay, you can find the equation of the line. You can find the equation of the line, m and c. How? Let me solve. By writing now, comparing now, you have this 7 is the same. And m plus 2 now is the same as 7, so m is equal to 5. I'm sorry. M is equal to 5, and you say 1 minus c is equal to 5. Just compare this and this together, okay? So c is 1 minus 5, which is negative 4. So the equation of the line y equal mx plus c. So y equals 5x minus 4. Thank you, that's it. Easy. Easy question, no problem at all. This is question 21 is a direct multiplication. You can multiply these together by FOIL method or any other method. You have x squared, 3x minus 2x minus 2x minus 15. Okay? X squared minus 2x minus 15, and multiply the resulting polynomial by 3x minus 1 by distributive property. X squared just multiplied by this bracket. So you have 3x cubed minus x squared, and the next, let me solve it with different colors to be show you. Negative 2x also multiplied here, so negative 6x squared plus 2x, because negative times negative is positive. And finally, we can use orange color. Negative 15 multiplied inside gives you negative 45x plus also 15, because a negative 15 and negative 1, the product is 15. So final answer is 3x cubed minus 7x squared minus 2 minus 45 is 43x plus 15. I hope to be correct. Yeah. Next question is find the area of regular hexagon with a side length 7.4. The regular hexagon can be simply divided into 6 from this is one of the wonderful property of the figure. Can be divided into 6 congruent equilateral triangles like this. These 6 triangles now are congruent, equal in everything, area, perimeter, sides, angles, everything. Side length is 7.4, 7.4, 7.4. So the area of the hexagon is 6 times the area of each triangle. So 6 times the area of the triangle, you can use half AB sine theta, half the A is 7.4 and B is the same. So half 7.4 squared times sine 60. So the answer is calculate this part by 3 times 7.4 squared times sine 60. You'll get 142.27, something like that. Okay, thank you so much. This is the end of our exam today. Thank you and see you next time, inshallah. Goodbye.